This is Emmanuel, and in just 3 weeks, he found the deal of a lifetime, negotiated an offer, got it accepted, found the EMD from a third party, me, and then found the buyer to sell it. Now, how did he do all of that? He's a member of the Flip Flop Flipper Apex community. And inside of Apex, he was able to find the buyer who's an operator. He was able to find someone who wanted to put up the money, and he's got the deal of a lifetime done and is going to make $40,000 on his very first deal. So if that sounds good to you, and you want to be like Emmanuel, comment Apex and I'll send you the link.
All right. Hit that like button, people, if you want to be like Emmanuel. Come on.
Everybody wants to be like Mike.
That's right.
That ad, though, has got the wrong price. It's got the wrong ad. We'll just got to get rid of that one.
We got to get rid of that.
The last time we're ever going to play that ad today.
I'll take it off for the end of stream. Well, guys, welcome to Deal Analysis Tuesday, to the Shark Tank. We've got a couple deals lined up that we want to dig into. If you have questions, put them in the chat. If you want to connect with people that you're seeing here, then then go into the school communities, send out DMs, and we'll go from there. Any announcements before we get going, Dad?
Yeah, I think a couple. So just about the format of this, if you're coming in and you've never seen us before, we treat this like a Shark Tank in that we're gonna analyze the deal. We'll let you know what we think of it, why we think it's a good deal, why we think it's a bad deal. And if you follow us on YouTube, you know that we invite people to partner with us, and we encourage people to become real estate investors. And we also encourage people to partner together. So we've built a couple of communities where that happens inside of our premium community Apex, which you just saw the ad for with Emmanuel. We're doing deals in there, and it's happening like fast. It's way more than 100, McKenna. I think I say this all the time, we really should poll the group and see how many deals have happened, but I bet we're more than double what we've been saying. So if you see something that you like and you're a part of the group, talk to each other, network with each other, and maybe find a partner, guys. We think you can do more together than you can apart. Real estate is a team sport, so that's the heart of this. We want to see things getting fixed up and then put back on the market, and taking the ugly house on the block and turning it into the nicest house on the block so that someone can become a homeowner. And that's really where the heart is. Adon, welcome. You got any announcements? You look like the Terminator, man. Looking good in black.
No announcements. Join the 3-day boot camp, or that's about it.
And the 3-day boot camp he's talking about, Freedom Flippers Live. Links in the chat here, guys. It's going to be awesome. We're going to give you the blueprint to running your own business, whether you want to be a finder, an operator, a funder. So with that, let's get started. Dia.
Hey, with that, Freedom Flippers Live, as she's coming up. Hi, Dia. I was working on that outline today, guys. I don't know how we fit everything in the 3 days. Like, it's a lot of stuff we're going to give. So it's a brain dump of 25 years worth of real estate experience, and you'll leave if you come to that event with a blueprint to have a 6-figure business and go off, and you never have to be a part of the rat race again. You can become an entrepreneur, and we're gonna give you the blueprint to be able to do that. So, all right, with that, let's jump in.
Awesome. Well, tell us about your deal. So you've got a 4-family building in San Juan. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a 4-family in San Juan. Let's see, what is the name of the neighborhood? Obrero?
Oh, Obrero.
Barrio Obrero.
Barrio Obrero.
I'm gonna get my accent down soon. So can you remind me how to share my screen? Because then I can show you.
There should be a little button in the bottom with a screen and a plus mark in it. You click that and it'll say share screen.
I think I went through this last time. Okay. I have the little chat thing. Nope. Okay. And then I have exit. I don't have this on my phone. All right. So I'll tell you about it real quick, and then I'll see if I can pull it up on my.
Oh, if you want to WhatsApp me a link, I can pull it up on my end.
Okay. All right. Hold on. So basically, oh, I think it still here. It's a multifamily property, 4 units, 3 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And then the property also has an extended carport for 3 compact cars and a balcony. The cars, but the cars can't be moved without, backing somebody out. So that's the only
They
thing.
go in a line.
Yeah,
Property green.
it's like the factory.
Yeah. So, and then they also have 3 water and electricity meters, she said. So I'm not sure what's up with the 4th one. And it's like a block from the commuter rail. So I'm not sure how much, of
How much are they asking?
So it's asking 129. She said that they don't want to do any owner financing, but they had an offer at 90 that they turned down. So I asked her if she would do like 100 cash, and she said, she thinks that they probably would go for that. They'd be very close to a deal with that. So let's see. So then the other thing is, what she said, it takes about 50,000 to get up to speed, in terms of just basic renovations. I really want to show you what these look like.
Are you sending me the photos in WhatsApp?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you right now. Hold on.
Great.
50,000 for 4 units.
Yeah, that's why I want you guys to see it, because the
What do you think it's worth?
She said it's an ARV of like 200. So I don't know. It's not a good
Have you been able to
flip.
run your own comps on it, or are you just going based on the
No, she said she would give me some comps. I couldn't really find like 4 families. I don't think are that prevalent, especially in that little area. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, I just sending the pictures now.
I've got them here.
Let me see if I can give you also. I think I have some videos. So I had the location there. Yeah. So I don't know if you could pull those up.
Yeah, I've got them here now.
Okay. So she said it would be
Pretty
very big. Maybe if you did a Section 8 play, you could get away with $50,000 on renovations. I bumped it up to like 80-ish when I did my analysis for maybe a short-term rental. One of those photos has a screenshot of Airbnb listings in the area for 2 nights. They're like around 300, I guess, including the fees. So maybe $120 or something to the owner. And let me send you the analysis. So, yeah.
So some of you guys, if you're watching while you're getting that pulled up, we really encourage you to run your own comparables. Realtors, wholesalers, they are always trying to make a transaction happen. Obviously, that's how they get paid. So it's very important that you understand the data, guys, and you understand how to find the data. We like to use Red Atlas on the island of Puerto Rico. They make it very easy to pull up this data. There's other ways to do it as well. You could do classificados. The MLS is starting to come, so that means Zillow is starting to be there as well. They don't have all of the data. That's what we like to use down on the island. Anyways, were you sending me videos as well?
Yeah. All right, I'll send you a video as well. But even on those pictures, it's basically the same thing.
So what's the analysis you have here pulled up, McKenna?
So that
Can
one.
you make that bigger, McKenna?
Yeah.
I put 2 columns. One was like as a Section 8. One was for short-term rentals. I think I plugged the numbers in properly. It's probably over analyzed. It's kind of like a template, but towards the bottom, I mean, you can see what the rate of return is. It's not. I don't know if long-term rentals makes a lot of sense, especially if there's any type of partnership or anything involved. I mean, there's less than $1,000 cash flow looks like per month if I'm taking out debt service and everything. But if it's all cash,
Can we talk about the long-term rentals, which in my opinion, when you're buying a property like this, I would buy it based on the long-term rents. Now, even if I wanted to turn it into an Airbnb property, I would want to buy it and make sure that it makes sense as a long-term rental in case Airbnb doesn't work in this neighborhood, or in case I find out that I don't like to run an Airbnb project, which, by the way, I have done both of those things, found out that Airbnb doesn't work in an area and found out that I don't like to run the Airbnbs. So if you buy it off of the rental income for long-term rents, then you know that you're getting a good deal. And if you can make Airbnb work, you ought to make more money. So I'd like to dig into the rental income. I think your purchase price might be a little high at 100K, but I think we could dig into it a little bit and see what we could back into a number that would make sense.
So you're planning to do Section 8 rentals for $800 a month per unit. So that's $3,200. And then you have a 10% vacancy. And monthly expenses, you have property management fees. Are you planning to run it yourself, or you're going to hire someone?
hire someone.
Okay.
So what do you think?
What is 640? That's 20%?
Yeah.
Okay. Repairs and maintenance 200, real estate taxes 100. They all have their own meters.
3
Yeah,
meters out of 4 units.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that means you would need to be paying power and water for 2 units.
Yeah.
One
unit, yeah.
Well,
No, you'll pay for
Oh.
2. You're going to have 2 that you'll need to pay for. You'll tie the 1 meter to the smallest unit and one of the other units and try and get a higher rent and pay for power for both of those units.
Got it.
So I would add in what's a good utility cost, guys, on this kind of property for a one bedroom?
$300.
I would, $100 a unit is probably fair. And then if you've got a 1-bedroom unit, which is smaller, maybe you could get by with $300. But I would run the math at about $400 a month, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have individual water meters as well, or is it just one?
Good question. Let me see if I have that.
Probably just one.
Probably one. Yeah. It says 3 water and electricity meters.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So you do the same thing. You take the unit that you're going to pay for the power, you'd also pay for the water. And you
Would it not
definitely
be-
can increase the rent up a little bit. Even if you're doing Section 8, you can get a little bit more when you're paying power and water.
Would it not be better just to demo whatever wall and put a door and just make one big unit and you just have the 3?
So usually not, Adon. I think that it's better to leave it where you get the extra unit because it's an extra rent that's going to come in as long as it'll qualify for Section 8. And you can get Section 8 even if you're paying for power and water. In fact, they probably prefer it.
A desired cap rate at 15%. How are you planning to pay for this? Are you paying cash?
I think I would have to get some probably hard money on top of a down payment, maybe around $25,000 down payment. So.
Okay, if you're doing hard money and you have a cap rate of 15%, hard money on the island costs, I don't know, 20% annualized.
We,
So
we
you're-
were told yesterday on a deal, a guy wanted 20% return on his capital plus a portion of ownership,
Yeah, that's
like half of the deal, which is just an insane amount of money for the
That's-
cost of money. But I think you can borrow money on the island for around that 20%, McKenna, which will be a handful of points and 15 or 16% interest.
So the other way you could purchase this property is by doing it as an FHA project. That you can do up to 4 units with that loan. It'd be in your personal name. There's an expectation that you'd live in a unit for at least a year. That has to be the intention, anyways. But what you could do is purchase the property with the hard money loan, get it renovated, and then refi out that loan to pay them off, and then start getting the tenants in the units. And you can live in the smallest one.
There's also a 203K program on the island. So
Yeah, have you ever done a 203K? I think with the 203K,
I've
you
seen
have to have
them-
a
I've
general
seen them
contractor
done.
and permits.
do you think with 203K you have to have what?
A general contractor and permits.
So I don't know the information on that. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know that that's an FHA loan program, and you'd be able to borrow renovation and purchase price, which might be a really good way to get the biggest portion of the capital stack on this thing. So I'd at least look into it.
The problem is she would have to prove that she lives on the island.
She would
Yeah.
have to.
Prove that she lives here. She has to have a bank account
Oh,
here.
do you live on the island?
No,
Ah,
I did a 203K in the States. I mean, I don't know if it's the same rules apply, but yeah.
it's pretty much the same as in the States. Are you planning to move to the island?
Not until next year.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's become really bad to do any kind of funny stuff with the mortgages. I mean, they're going after people for that now. So don't do any funny stuff. But if you did intend to move to the island and you were going to live in this place, a 203K would be a great loan program for you. So
Yeah.
if that's not you, don't do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably do that on something that I really, wanted to live in for a longer term,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of bureaucracy and paperwork and oversight and, things like that. So I don't know if it's ever always worth it, especially on a smaller project. But
So what did you
So,
come up with on the long-term rental income, McKenna? I did quick, dirty math while you were putting it in that spreadsheet.
This
And
isn't
I-
my spreadsheet. This is Dia's spreadsheet.
oh yeah, and it's a screenshot, so you can't modify it. But
I came up with a net revenue of close to $30,000 a month after a vacancy
year?
rate and
Talking for a
400
short-term
per hour. No, that would
30.
be
3,000 is all you
3,000?
meant? 3,000.
no. I came up with 29,750 divided by 12. That'd be $2,479 a month. So it was taking the $3,200 a month minus 400 for power, and minus a 10%, brought me down to that $2,400 a month. Let's call it.
She's also planning to do 20% property management. To take out another
So let's do
640.
that. 3,200. You should only have to do 10% in property management on long term. So if you do 10% minus another 10% for vacancy, call it minus 600 for insurance and power. So then that would bring us down to $1,992 or 24,000. We could call that $23,900 a year if you were all in at 180. That's a 13% cash on cash return. That's a net return of 13% without borrowing any money. It's not that bad, but it's not the 15% that you're targeting. So
Yeah.
that would mean you either have to do the renovation for less than the $80,000 or buy it for less than the $100,000 or both.
right.
Hopefully both.
Yes.
Hopefully both. Yeah.
And then there is huge upside here if you were to do Airbnb. I think it would be difficult for you to do Airbnb not being on the island.
Yeah, it totally managed. I mean, I was even thinking maybe doing a hybrid. I don't know if that would work, just to like kind of hedge your bets.
Sure.
2 and 2.
Are you able to go back to the map, McKenna, with in the Boa Barrio? I saw the map earlier. I think that might be like the San Jose neighborhood. Does that look right to Don? Can we blow that up?
Yeah, I can send the link also. Let me see.
Yeah, send me a link.
I know this neighborhood really well. When we first came to the island, we bought a bunch of stuff in this particular neighborhood, and we had long-term rentals there. We did some flips there in this neighborhood, and we did really well with it. Things were cheaper back then, but it is, for me, it's more of a long-term rental neighborhood than it is. What was flying around in there? Those lizards or rats? Or what was that? Birds?
Flying rats is bad.
That was fun.
It is flying rats. Yes. I say you got to look at all the power, all the plumbing. The good thing is you probably don't have a septic there, depending where it is. Why? Let's do that. That roof definitely needs tending to. You need all new kitchens. The floors, if you're gonna keep for long term, you can keep. They look fine. You'll need a closet.
Fine meaning you can clean them up. Actually, those floors do look like they could be cleaned up. I think if you were going to renovate it for long term,
you barely.
Don's right. You're still probably going to be between 50 and 80. You might be less than 80, but you're not going to be less than 50. I wouldn't think.
You have a tin roof there.
Oh, you do?
In that last video. Yep. I saw that. Looks like an extension of a bathroom. Ooh, that looks bad.
Or a porch.
Why does it keep doing that? Look at that security system. I mean,
it's not a bad looking place.
I think worse. You're definitely got to redo all the paint. You need to seal that roof. You need to take care of that. You put new windows in. I mean, for long term, you probably don't even have to do that. Just paint them. And then, again, that floor looks fine. Clean that out, polish it, bring it back. Yeah, that looks fine. That kitchen needs to go.
Yep.
This bathroom.
I think it's a lot of leakage. I feel like that's all the.
Oh, that roof is really bad.
Yeah.
It's surprising I don't see more rebar popping out of it, but it looks. I mean, if you can seal it and get it stabilized.
Any idea how long the house has been sitting vacant?
I'll ask that next time. That's a good question.
And who is the seller? Are you speaking directly to the seller or speaking to a realtor?
Broker, actually, which I don't usually talk to. But
do you know if it's a person-owned or a bank-owned property?
It's a person.
A person-owned property.
Yeah, he wants to let it. He just wants to get rid of it, but he doesn't want to go under 100.
And he doesn't want to sell or finance the 100. You said.
No.
Use them in again, McKenna.
Yeah.
Do you?
Right.
How much is it like a basic bathroom and basic kitchen like around on the island? Is there a rule of thumb?
All kitchens start from 1,500 and go up from there.
Oh,
you could find maybe a $700 kitchen, but they're very tiny.
good.
Everything.
What about if she's going to put in a new bathroom? Are you going to tile the walls and you're talking new plumbing and toilets and vanities and all of that stuff?
7,000.
Yeah. Basic 7,000 for a bathroom.
Maybe more.
So bathrooms
It all depends on the finishes you do, how bad the plumbing is.
Yeah. I've done properties like what we're looking at here. Is it Dia?
Dia.
Dia. I've done properties in this neighborhood like we're talking about here where we leave the bathrooms as long as we can make them function.
Yeah.
And put Section 8 tenants in there. And so it won't change what Section 8 is going to pay you. So if you rip all of that bathroom out and make it a beautiful, brand new bathroom, and then you decide to rent Section 8, you don't get $1 more. So just keep that in mind. When we first came to the island, we were buying a lot of properties like this. And we would keep them as Section 8. And so we would leave the Miami windows, which means that those are those metal windows that you saw in that video. We would leave really anything that was functional that we could clean up and make look nice enough, as long as it would pass the Section 8 inspection. And that would be key. You have to pass that Section 8 inspection. So things have to function. Water needs to get hot. The power has to work and everything needs to be safe. The roof can't leak.
Don't need help.
But you can save a lot of money by keeping a bathroom that if you were going to flip the house or make it an Airbnb, there's no chance you would save it, right? Like you definitely pull it all down and then renovate it with brand new tile and everything. But because you're going to rent Section 8, you just have to get it to where it's livable and functioning. And the Section 8 company, or the Section 8 inspector, I should say, will come in and do the inspection. And if you pass, you're good to go. So that's something to think about. There's a big difference in the renovation cost between renovating for Airbnb and renovating for Section 8.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I that. Okay, that's a good rule of thumb. So.
And I heard you say that realtor told you that they've been offered $90,000 before.
Yeah, they got an offer for 90 cash.
Offer them 70.
When did they get offered the 90 cash? Did she happen to say?
I didn't ask that.
I like to get when I get told, hey, we had this offer for $90,000 cash. I like to immediately say, oh, I can't believe you didn't take that. That was a really good offer. I don't think I can pay you that much. Should I still make an offer? Your numbers would be very tight to buy it and do it as a flip. So really the only way this thing works is if you're going to buy it and fix it up to keep it as a rental, which is really my favorite way to do it. So then it is just a function of backing into your number and being happy with the return that you're going to get. So what's really important is your purchase price and your renovation costs, and then what's it going to rent for. And then you can figure that out. And you were targeting a 15% rental return, cash on cash. I think you could get there with this house. You've got 4 units. They would rent. I think you're correct probably on the rents that you'll get too. The $3,200 a month for 4 units seems reasonable. So that's where I would start.
Cap rate is good. I mean, is that norm for what is this? Would you say this is like a C or a B minus like location or
the neighborhood? No,
C.
It's not a C or B minus. Maybe it's a C minus.
Okay.
What do you think, Adon?
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's not. It's not C plus.
Should you be looking for?
Maybe it's C minus. I don't even think it's a C. I think it's a D.
And you're really deep in there. There's some spots that are not that bad that are closer to the highway, which is a better.
That's why I was asking to pull up that map again to see if it was closer to like Hato Rey or something. And it looks to me like it's the neighborhood. I think it's called San Jose.
No, San Jose is more towards the lagoon.
And San Jose is like San Jose is a C minus, D plus.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't buy there. I mean,
no, yeah.
I've made a fortune buying in D neighborhoods all over Florida, and then even coming into Puerto Rico. So there can be very profitable. Unfortunately, I think that the price point's just too high right now. The $100,000 there, well, let me give you an exact example that I'm doing in real time right now. So we are buying a 3-family home in Arecibo, and you can walk out of this house and in 15 steps, you're on a sandy beach. And in 35 or 40 steps or 50 steps, you're swimming in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
So the difference, like if I want to renovate that property to be an Airbnb, which is that we're going to renovate it so that someone could live in it, house hack it by putting the other 2 units on Airbnb, and we'll be able to sell that property for between $400,000 and $500,000. We'll have a really nice 3-family home. It'll cash flow really well for someone who buys it from us, and we're buying it for $115,000.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's
now I will tell you, I'm going to spend $150,000 on the renovation. So we're going to really go for it.
Well, but you're doing a high end. If you were doing a Section 8 level reno, what would you spend? 70?
If I was doing a Section 8 reno on that property, I'd still probably spend $80,000 or $90,000. So
yeah. So maybe similar levels of renovation.
But I think the house I'm buying might be in worse condition than the house you're buying, but the demographics of the neighborhood and what's happening in the neighborhood are night and day. Like the place I'm buying, I wouldn't call it an A+ neighborhood. I don't even know if I'd call it a B+ neighborhood, but it's a solid B neighborhood, and you have Atlantic Ocean. You're oceanfront basically. So my point is, if you're going to spend $100,000, your $100,000 can still go a lot further than what you're looking at there.
Yeah. And you'll probably,
I'd like to see that property that you just showed us being bought for 65 or 70 grand.
oh, okay.
Yep.
Is that what you think, Adon? Am I too high on that, or is that right?
I mean, I like to make an offer at 55.
And I would say that it's not too late. So whether they got an offer at 90 or not, it's been sitting longer and it's still vacant. It still needs everything. I'd make the offer. So, and I would probably start with the offer that Adon said, offer them $49,000 and let them come back. And I'd tell that realtor, I'd be like, I went in and looked at it with my contractor, and we're going to have to spend this amount of money, and it's not going to easily be bank financeable. So it's going to truly be a rental property. And these are all true statements. And the reason why whoever owns it probably hasn't had a $90,000 offer. I find that a little suspect, but that's a typical ploy that you hear from realtors all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Do you think that you're going to bring your that other property? You think that's going to bring that area, like the property values of the other houses in that area, up after you do that renovation? Because it sounds like you're going to be doing a great job.
Well, so in Arecibo,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's already people there that have kind of paved the path for us. There's several really good looking houses on the street, and as you drive into the neighborhood, you know there's 4 or 5 different things being renovated right now. So this is a neighborhood that is certainly coming up quickly. Versus Boa Barrio is going to be a working class neighborhood for a long time to come.
Yeah.
Probably for a long, long time to come. And doing Airbnb there, not impossible. Like our friend Catherine's done an Airbnb there. We did an Airbnb in the neighborhood there for a little while, and it was minorly successful. I don't think that it's the best spot for it, though.
Yeah.
The problem is, people are, the nightly rate there is going to be so low. It's not going to make sense. What do you think it was going to be, like 125 a night or something? That's what you had it at?
Yeah, that was probably a little on the higher end. So
yeah,
I don't know. I do
so you're looking closer to like 70, 80,000. 80 a night. And that's not, it's just,
it's not worth all the work.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a lot of headache when the power goes out. You should look at it as the Section 8. It seems like that's the highest and best use for this property.
I also do think that you flood that area a good deal of the time, too. Like Boa Barrio, a lot of it will flood in the rainy season without a storm. It'll just flood.
This part was I'm pretty sure that wasn't where that happens.
That wasn't the same spot?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Highest and best use, Section 8. Those bathrooms, those classic 70s bathrooms, which what it looked like it had. If the plumbing works, keep it that way. It just get it rented as fast as possible. Someone put here, Section 8 to 2025 studios are 552, one bedrooms 569, two bedrooms 652, three and up, and four bedrooms you can $1,000 for. This is the Guaynabo San Juan area.
And I think if you're paying for power, you can add $100 to these prices too.
Yeah,
that's what I remember. It's been a while since I've looked at that, but anyways, that's back into your number that you're comfortable with. I'd think about it as a Section 8 play, and I would offer way lower than they're going to want. They're probably going to get mad at you.
They're going to get mad at you. They're going to be like, but what you do is circle back in a month or two. It's still going to be there, you know?
Yeah, it's probably just good practice at giving.
It's always a good idea to make the offer. Like you run the math, you figure out you're targeting a 15% return. How do you get there? That's your max allowable all-in price. And then you want to offer lower than that to start because they're probably not going to take your offer. So I like it, Don, offer 49 grand, accept something at somewhere under 60 or definitely under 70. And you can probably hit that target of 15% returns.
Okay. All right, guys. That was so informative. I appreciate it.
That was really good. Thank you for bringing us that, and I appreciate it.
That offer.
I don't want to kill your dreams, really.
Oh,
no, that's not the game.
Go make the offer, and I love that you got told that they turned down the $90,000 offer. And I'm telling you, 1,000 times I've immediately responded like, "Oh my God, that was such a good offer. How did they turn that down? I couldn't possibly pay that much."
I get told that, and I directly go back to, well, then my cash offer is 50, and I can't go past that. So 90 seems like a great idea.
And they accepted it after that with your offer?
No, they probably hang up on you, but I mean, it's a numbers game.
But
so
sometimes they
expecting
don't.
to be told no most of the time.
Yeah.
That's expected.
And if they say yes, someone said this last night. It's like if you make an offer and they just say yes, then we're going, oh man, we really messed up and we offered too much that first time. That first offer, we're not expecting a yes. If they say yes, great, we're buying it. But there's a range that's somewhere lower than that. And what we're looking for is motivation and to be done with them. Like if they're really stuck on the $100,000 figure and they're not willing to take like a 0% interest seller finance deal, there's not a deal there. There's just no deal there.
Yeah,
Let's just say it was a better deal. And if you end up at 90, you're getting a great deal. But if you start somewhere between, hey, I could really pay 60, and then you start crawling up to your number, then you can work that out. But if you start at your number, they're only going to go up from there, and no one ever comes down. So
everybody wants to know like something.
And sometimes they say yes, or sometimes you negotiate at a very much lower price. So when I first came to the island, I probably told this story a bunch of times. I would offer 40% of whatever the asking price was because I didn't know what things were worth. 3 out of my first 5 offers got accepted. So I came at a really good time where there weren't many people buying anything. And I immediately started offering 20 cents on the dollar from whatever they were asking. So if they were asking 100 grand, I was offering them 20 grand. And I bought 80 houses that first year. So there was a lot of people saying yes. Now, we're in different times. I'm not suggesting that can still happen, but the first year I was on the island, we bought off of the purchase price at 32.5 cents on the dollar from asking price. And then we would use their asking prices. That's what it's worth fixed up. And that was a really good formula for us coming to the island and not knowing what was going on. And I say all of this because I want to condition everybody who's listening, don't be afraid to make these offers and then negotiate. You're looking for the motivated sellers. You're not looking for the person, and you're looking at the right stuff. I mean, that house needs everything. They can't sell it to someone who's going to live there. It needs the value add investment. So I like the way you're targeting 15% and you back into that number, and then you just have to make those offers, even when they say they turn down a $90,000 offer.
Awesome. Dia, thanks so much.
All right.
We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you soon.
Good job. Don't give up. You can do it.
You can do it. Well, man, guys, those are the types of properties you have to look at, though, over and over and over again. I mean, when I'm looking for a deal, I will look at that property and 50 others like it and make an offer on all of them. And that's how you get amazing deals. So just wanted to put that there. Next up, we've got Branny. Branny, are you ready to come up? Hey, man, how's it going?
So far, so good. How about you guys?
Good. How is your deal going? Can you give a recap for people that didn't see last?
I tried, putting it so far I didn't get any bites. I went in a chat and I sent few people, deal, but everybody responded that they're not available, or don't have a capital right now. And I tried getting a hard money lender, but we didn't work very good, So.
What did the hard money lender say?
Well, what they want score of 700, above 600, and my score unfortunately is not at that moment right now, at that height right now. And I was going to ask you for that lady you told me. I know you sent me email and I can't find it anywhere over in California. Can you resend it to me?
Yes, the Marshall Reddick one.
No.
It's talking
With
about
Deb Razzo. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had one person responded that Jackson is a rough area. Well, my take on it, you make better money in rough area than you make in a smooth area, So, and but I was listening to this lady, when I had 50 units in San Antonio, I got connected with Veterans Association, and they kept me full at all time. And, I would set the rate and they would pay it. That was not determined, what they will pay. I don't know if you have it in Puerto Rico, but San Antonio had it,
Typically, lending is a little trickier on the island. So, Branny, why don't you give a recap of the deal to people who don't know what you're talking about and didn't see it last week? Can you just
pull it for me? I'll give you the address.
Sure.
515 Bloom Street, Jackson.
I've got it here.
And same thing with the hard money lender. They want 20% down, They don't want anything less, Some they wanted 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's pending. Is that pending with you or someone else?
I'm sorry?
It says it's pending.
It was not pending when I talked to him. He didn't.
Are you talking to the realtor or are you talking to a wholesaler?
To the realtor.
Okay.
And it says pending?
It says pending.
Well, he just sent me this morning, he didn't say anything about it.
Oh, he updated it pending last month, 45 days ago. So he just needs to update it.
Yeah, that was 45 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the deal, Brandy. What's going on? Is it a good deal? Is it a bad deal? Is it a deal?
Well, to me, it's a good deal. It's 24 units for 525. They wanted, I made a mistake. I thought it was a 475, but I made a mistake. I was thinking of a different deal, but still good deal. And it is the rents are about 200 below the market.
How many of the units are rented?
They're making right now 12,500. So I've forgotten. I think it's a 75% are rented, 25% are not, or less. But making right now $12,500, and immediately it's a positive cash flow.
So Mike asked here in the chat, are you looking for a partner with good credit?
I'm looking somewhere with good credit, or the owner carry, just to come up with 20%. The owner will carry for 2 years,
Yeah, and he was at
At
15%,
12%.
12%.
So he's a
Yeah,
better
12%.
deal than the hard money lender, actually. So you just need a partner to come in with the money down plus some renovation costs, so you can raise the rents, get the vacant units rented, and then you would either go to the bank to refinance out or sell it on to the next person. Is that right?
Yeah, that was my plan. Yeah.
How much cash flow does it have currently, like day one when you buy it?
The day one when you buy it, pay everything, you have a 1,600
$1,600 a month?
a month.
And how much is it going to cost for the 20%? What does the seller want? 20% down?
20% down. Yeah.
So what's that? 100
Well,
grand?
that's 100 grand, a little bit over 100 grand.
Call it 110. That's a 17% return on your 100 grand, knowing that you've got upside. Knowing that you've got upside on the stuff that's rented, plus you have 25% of the units aren't rented. So
Yeah.
you have 6 units not rented. And they're renting right now for about $500 a month or so.
About between 5 and 6, but should be going actually around between 750 and 800,
So you could pretty quickly get rents up to $17,000 a month.
But then, I was, calculating with my calculation around $18,000, So with the cap rate and everything else, conservatively should be 1.2 after everything, is done.
How much renovation do you have to do on top of the?
There is there is about, they said 2,500 per unit. They did 75% of them renovated. There's 25 left to do it. But I thought, okay, I'll put to 60,000 because it needs a little bit outside, need a driveway and things like that to be refurbished and to be what's the name? Patched, and so forth, brought in a proper condition, proper, and then resurfaced, with how they resurface blacktop and so forth, So, and I wouldn't take 60 right away, 30,000 would be fine, and I would rather do it with the money that come in. I'll do it that way, But I'm sure within 6 months to a year I'll have it done, because I really don't want to sell it before a year, unless I have found another one to do exchange, so I don't have to pay capital gain,
So
Yep.
I'm trying to think, guys, how can Branny go into the community the best way possible and raise capital? What advice would you give to him, guys? And Branny, the first thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking about deploying capital, having a clear structure and deliverable for partners. So maybe some kind of write-up with photos, simple, 1 page, 2 pages, nothing crazy, but just a clear outline of the numbers, a clear outline of what you're asking for, a clear outline of what they're going to receive for their partnership.
Yeah.
What other ways can Brandy go get this?
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that in a day. There is no problem for that. But my question is, who do I send it to? Just put it, on the.
Brandy, look, this is what I do. I'm literally doing this right now I'm raising money for my own projects. So I made a post on the platform. I literally spell out the deal. Here are the numbers: 500,000, 200 reno, ARV of 1.3, potential cash on cash return. Explain how I'm going to split up the deal a little bit, and then just put my number at the bottom, and then add a layout or.
Well, if you look my post, it's basically almost the same.
Yep.
All right. Where's your post, Brandon?
Brandy, what would you think about if you would you just wholesale the deal? Could you negotiate the deal and then get yourself an inspection period, a time that you would have to be able to bring other buyers in? And I mean, you could then be going to look for partners. And I think it's best when you're making these posts like Adon is making. Adon has that property under contract and he's buying it. Like it's going to happen. So
I can put it under contract.
Confidence. If you put it under contract and have a long enough inspection period that you can get people to come and put eyes on it, you could now wholesale it to someone else who just buys it and buys you out, or you could find a partner. The way I'm looking at your deal,
Did you find
someone
any?
puts in the money,
Yeah,
and if you can get it up to the numbers that you're at, there's a really good return, just cash on cash. If you kept it as a rental, I mean, someone might be making 15 to 20% on their money at half, at like 50%. And then you guys could sell it and make a big chunk of money down the road too. So I like your deal. I'm wondering if it's that you need to put it under contract with
Well,
a long enough
I can
inspection
do
period
that.
so that people can come look at it. I think last week it was a very short-term deal, like you had to close within a couple weeks, and,
Well,
and that kind
that's what they want, and I'm resisting. Okay, that's the reason I didn't put it under contract. But I can go back to them and say this is what I'll take it or leave it. Okay, because he sent me over the weekend email and he said, hey, if you don't take, I have someone else. Well, I just didn't respond to that because I know people do that all the time. Hey, if you don't buy it, I have 100 of them waiting behind behind you. Well, it's sometimes happen, but most of the time it's a hogwash.
It's just like the last person said, I got an offer for $90,000 cash a week ago, and we didn't take it. And it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah. So what they try to induce, to make you move on that. So I can do that, but what is the reasonable? I want to hear from you. What is the reasonable days to inspect? 15 days?
Well, I would think 30 to 45 days is a reasonable time to inspect. You're an out-of-state buyer. It's a pretty large property. I would think 30 days minimum you need, and I would ask for 45 days inspection period. McKenna, what do you think?
I'd ask for 180.
You'd ask for 60 or 70.
I think 45 is a great place to start, and then I'd be happy with 30. I wouldn't do it with 10-day inspection is a joke on this kind of thing. I mean, you literally, Brandy, you're flying across the country to do inspections. You need to organize it with the tenants. 10 days is just not realistic. I think 30 is a very realistic. 45 is very realistic. And that gives you a ton of time to raise capital, talk to partners, figure out what you're trying to do. And then also, Brandy, I just to be direct too about your post here versus Adon's post. The reason, and I can tell you immediately why his post gets a little bit more traction, the readability of your post is a little tough, which feels like it wouldn't be that important when you're talking about $1 million real estate deals. But to be honest, when you're in an online format, you need to make things easy to read. You need to make things clear immediately. Yeah. Like you look at Adon's and it's 1.3 million under contract, Condado, A+. Then there's that space, and then he's got all the numbers listed there, and then another space. It's just easy on the eyes. Whereas your post, I look at it, and it does have all the same information, but I don't want to read it because it's just really condensed. It's like
compressed. Okay, fine, yeah.
So out there.
I would be like you, Brandy. I can hardly write. I can't spell. I'm terrible at this stuff. But this thing called ChatGPT is a miracle.
What is that? Can you send me that?
Yeah.
ChatGPT, yes. It's an app you can get, and you could take your exact post and stick it in ChatGPT, and then it'll spit it back out and make it look like it's a dozen roses, and it's all.
What the hell? I never heard of that.
Oh, no.
You know, guys, when it comes to technology, I'm dinosaur. Okay.
It's awesome.
Me too. Adon will tell you I'm technology challenged, but I've done
You
I've
know,
done a couple of
putting it
things
lightly.
with technology. I've got some younger guys that are around me that help me with it. I've learned
Yeah.
how to use ChatGPT, and it's a easy thing to do. Honestly, you can learn it. I could learn it. You could learn it. And the
Yeah.
other thing is I got pretty good at shooting out of focus short videos for YouTube. Those are
Very
my
good. 4
technology
years in.
feats. I can almost work the remote control for the television, and I've been doing that my whole life. So I'm with you. This technology stuff is tough, but ChatGPT is a really good tool. And there's others that are out there that are even better. McKenna, you could probably just grab his thing and stick it in ChatGPT and ask it.
Sure.
Send
Yeah,
it to me
Brandy,
and
I'll
I'll
show
do
you
it.
how it works. You can see the screen, or no, I stopped sharing. Let me.
Yeah, I see it, but can you text me if you don't mind, okay, the name, and I'll find it.
Well, if you look on the screen here, I'm going to put your post into ChatGPT. I'll show you how it works.
Okay.
So, Brandy, here's your deal. I'm just going to copy everything.
Okay.
And I'm going over to the chat. And it just looks like this, a big white screen. And it'll say, ask anything. So I'm going to say, can you please edit this to make it easy to read and clear? And then I'm going to paste all of this stuff and just hit enter. And this is what it spits out. Look at that. And it's
Send it to Brandy. Repost it. That's great.
Son of a gun.
how crazy is that, right?
Excellent.
I mean, it's really great.
And that's free, Brandy. It'll do that for free.
Yeah.
And when I will say, with Skool and GPT, like it might have some formatting issues, but even that's fine. But I like to go in here too, Brandy. So I just copied this from GPT. Make sure I put the title in the title, and then you just want to add some spaces into the post. It helps with the readability of things. So just by hitting enter a couple times.
Well, I appreciate that. Okay, guys, I never was good in writing. You know, when I was going to school, that was the, torture for me when I had to write the long term. And I remember when I got to the States and I had to write 1,500 essay, I would write one sentence and I count the words. Then write a second one and
You're
again.
gonna like ChatGPT. It's amazing.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's where I stand, and I really, if there's someone out there that has interest, I sure would.
I would tell you also, Brandy, if you can get it under contract, I would go ahead and get it under contract, but I would make sure that you give yourself enough runway. So I wouldn't do the 2-week or 10-day inspection period.
Okay.
That's just not realistic. But if you can get 30 to 45 days, and I'd ask for 45 days at least, and then put it under contract, it gives people that are looking at it the confidence that they can actually buy it. Like,
okay, when you said
I wouldn't
45,
want to apply to Jackson, Mississippi, if you don't have a contract. But if I'm a buyer who would maybe partner with you and you have it under contract, then that changes things, right? Because then now you're talking about something that can actually happen.
let me ask you a question. When you said 45 days, that means closing or just inspection?
Just inspection. I would do a 45-day close and another 45-day to. I would do a 45-day inspection and another 45 days to close, and I would let them beat me up a little bit so they feel like they win a little bit. And maybe we do 30 days inspection and another 30-day close, so you're 60 days from the point of contract to the point that you have to close, or maybe you're 45 days to close, but 30 of them are a free look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Okay. I offered that at first, and they didn't want. And then I thought, okay, well, it's a 495,000. It should be easy, but it's not. So, and they're not selling it. So I'm gonna send him a text message or email, or I'll call him either way,
You're going to
And
get one, Brandy. I know you keep looking at these things, and you've had a couple of really good deals that looked close. So keep doing it. You'll find something. You'll get something.
Yeah.
Also, once you've got it under contract, bring it back to the community, and maybe we can help you to market it out there to some other areas or other places where there are buyers as well. So
All right. Okay.
get it under contract. I think you can make money on this.
Okay.
I mean, here's something else. Maybe you just wholesale it. Maybe you get it under contract, and instead of
I'll be happy
going
to
find a
wholesale
partner,
it.
you just add 25,000 on it or 50,000 on it, and you wholesale it on to someone else.
I'll be
and
happy
just
to
make the
do
money.
that. Yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Okay, guys.
Good luck, Branny.
Thanks, Branny.
Thank you very much.
Branny.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So,
All right.
guys, you might have noticed this cool little QR code on the side. That's a QR code straight into our Freedom Flippers Bootcamp website. So, scan that, takes you straight to the website. That way, you don't have to copy paste from the comments. Technology, guys. Just figured that out 3 seconds ago. It's
Yeah,
great.
that's pretty cool.
Way to go.
So,
Do we have any more, McKenna, or is that it for tonight?
That's it for guests. How do you move it to
Oh.
the left, Don?
oh, dude, I did something. I don't know how I did.
It's gone now.
It's gone. It's impossible. I'll figure it out. Oh, there you go.
Anyways,
Next to the
let's
QR
talk
code.
about some of our deals before we go, though. We're working on a lot of stuff right now, guys. Don's got 2 big deals going on. Robert's got 2 big deals going on. And I just purchased the best deal of my life up in Connecticut. But we've got a couple things that we want to talk about. How are those deals going? That you're
So
working on?
here we go, guys. We're closing on Arecibo on Wednesday. We had,
Wow.
unfortunately, one of our potential investors back out
Partner.
because he had a family issue.
Yeah, it's her
Understand.
mother-in-law is very sick in the hospital, so
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
completely
So-
understandable.
100%. So we have space for this project. If you're interested in that, here are the quick numbers. We have ARVs between 400 to 500. We're purchasing for 265, and
Purchase and renovation.
renovation is 150, and we're gonna start Wednesday after closing the renovation.
We're
So,
starting on Monday. We're closing on Wednesday. Our renovations are scheduled to start on Monday, and that's going to happen. We have the money in the bank to close. We have the money in the bank to start the renovation.
Yeah.
We'll raise this last 75 grand, and if that is you, if you want to partner with us, this
reach
is
out to me.
this is a great flip. I mean, these 2 flips that Adon and I have right now, this is the best stuff we've seen. Adon, I think it's fair to say both of these are better than anything we've seen in 2 years. Wouldn't you agree?
I say that.
I'll tell you what about the second one, the bigger one, the one that you'll talk about next, in Condado. I've never bought anything in Condado, and the reason is we just haven't ever seen a deal like this before. I mean, we're buying this thing at less than 50 cents on the dollar. We're going to be all in at, what are we going to be all in at? We're going to be all in at way less than 70 cents on the dollar.
Well, while he's figuring that out, so we'll talk about the Condado. So if you're interested in Arecibo, hit me up in the chat or call me directly, and we'll fill you in on all the details and how to be a partner.
And
Condado-
somebody put a question into the chat here earlier. It was That's Life. They said, can you talk about fractional funding? And I think by that you're talking about syndications. That's Life. So that's not something that we do. We've done it before, but it's not our typical deal structure. We like JV partnerships where we bring in true partners, active members on these deals. So I think that's a better way to do funding. And maybe if you're talking about fractional funding, you're thinking about crypto. And if you're thinking about crypto, that's above my pay grade. But
If you're thinking about crypto and you know how to do it and you want to teach us, we're all about it.
We're interested.
We'd love to figure that stuff out. But I think there's regulations that we have to, hoops you got to jump through and all of that stuff. And we've talked about it a few times over the years. It's never materialized yet. But one day I'd like to be a part of that. And anybody who's out there who's listening that wants to show us how to do a value add deal on the blockchain, I got real estate. I'll put it up, and then you show us how we go find a coin and tokenize it. That'd be fun. Adon, our deal in Condado, we're going to be all in at less than 60 cents on the dollar after renovation.
After reno.
57.5% after renovation. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we could be wrong, guys. We could be wrong, and we could mess that up, and it's not quite as good. But it's going to be a real hard time to lose money on something like that. I mean, this is a nice big sub penthouse with lagoon views. The elevator opens up into your living room.
Yeah, it's my favorite part.
It's a cool place, man. And I mean, right now it's just a big pigeon coop, but when we're done with it, it's going to be spectacular.
I'll show you some photos here. So this is the layout. So this is where you would walk in through the elevator. This will be your living room. You have a galley kitchen. We're going to put a wall here, make this back into an office with a full bathroom. You got a bedroom here, bathroom, bedroom, and then the master bath that has a view of the Laguna. But the whole place has views. So you have on this side, you have views of the Laguna. On the front side, you have semi-ocean views, and on the right side, you have city views.
Yeah.
So it's really, really nice everywhere you look. There's and nice big windows everywhere.
And it'll be a full 3-bedroom, 3-bath apartment with another room that could be a bedroom for your small kid or the one you'd least like the least, or it could just be an office.
Correct. So this is the master bedroom here. As we were talking, it's in terrible condition, but you know, maybe the video will play.
It's actually not in terrible condition, guys. The owners of this property did us a huge favor, and they gutted this thing out to get it to the point where they were ready to renovate it. And that probably saved us thousands and thousands of dollars and a ton of trips up and down an elevator and pissing off all of the other tenants. So it's basically a great big shell that is ready to be put back together.
See, this is the
So
master.
it's a very easy renovation.
It is. Here's the master. See, you have the Laguna view there. You have a little bit of that building there, but you can definitely see the Laguna. Big bathroom here. Big shower. Big everything. Big walk-in closet. Some bedrooms here. See, you got a view here. This is from the kitchen. Is this from the kitchen? Yeah, I think this is from the kitchen. I'm not sure, but you got views everywhere. Let me see if I can find the living room. So,
and you're down there in the heart of Condado. Like this is South
This
Beach
is where-
for San Juan.
if you were living in Condado, this is where you want to be because you're off the beating path of all the craziness, but you can walk to it no problem. We met there with potential investors on Monday, and we walked to the coffee shop 5 minutes away, came back. You know, you're five minutes from the main strip where all the hotels are, all the eating is. You have the Laguna in the back, which is another 5-minute walk to go get in the water, kayak, lagoon. And what I like about this place is it's the only property that's assigned 2 parking spots. So you have 2 parkings for the whole property. And you can't beat the location. It's ridiculous. Emmanuel wanted to pay more than what I offered, but we got him down to the number we're at now. So
We got a manual. That's the hardest part, is getting the manual down.
Emmanuel wants to give all the money away, and then he's like, "No, it's still a good deal." I'm like, "Man, no, that's not the point. The point is you gotta get the best possible price." Here's the living room. So let me see if I can zoom in here.
It's a great big living room space.
And
Very, very cool space.
Great airflow. You can't see it here, but you do have ocean views. Let's see if I can play the video. Well, let me play the video. Nope. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, we already have ideas for what we're gonna do with the place. These little inlets like that, we're gonna create bars. We're gonna keep this and have like a bar top dining area where you can eat with a view. There's a manual looking out the window. It's a big space. What they did was it used to be half of it used to be a balcony, and then they closed it all in. So now it's all enclosed. Big area. I mean, you can't beat it. The deal's the deal. Besides what visually you can see here, this has to change, but it's $510,000 we're purchasing it for. We have $200,000 renovation budget, and the ARV, I think we're $100,000 short. Some realtors have saying we can get 1.4 for it, but that's where we're at.
We do not have access to the rooftop. So
No.
the rooftop is the penthouse. We're just below the penthouse.
Yeah,
We
we're
have the
sub-pet.
entire floor. I think that that everybody has their entire floor, but we're up high enough that we've got the views and everything, but we don't have the rooftop.
Yeah,
We do have 2 parking spots, which no one else in the building does. I'm not sure how that happened, but we have 2 parking spots that are
Yes.
come
And we have
come with our apartment.
And it's not big in amenities, but the amenities it does have is very powerful. It's a full set generator. It's going to power your whole place. It's not just an elevator and that's it. It's going to power it powers the whole building because it's only 7 units. And what's it called? And it has a full cistern. What's in it for the investors? So the investors get 50% of the profits, depending on the
So we don't have investors. We have partners.
There you go.
And the way we partner is that the money comes in and gets half, and then the work that Adon and I will do gets half. But you come in, you own the LLC with us, and you get full partnership with that. And it's not that we're asking you to be silent. We do get that we're boots on the ground, and so we're going to handle the day to day. But you get to have input, and you get to come along for the ride. And if you want to come in and partner with us, it's a great project to watch. It'll be a fun one to see get put together. Eduardo, our contractor on the 609 building, many of you who came to the last event went and visited the 609 building with me in Calle Condado. He's done millions of dollars of renovations for us. So I think he's the right guy for this, and he's ready to go as well.
Yeah. So if you're interested, I mean, I think it's a sick deal, and this is definitely a high-end market, but there's a lot of wiggle room for us to make money here. So if you're on the group chat for Apex, you can grab my number from there and reach out to me directly. So priorities out of Seawell. We want to finish raising for that. So if you're interested in that, hit me up. I'll talk to you about both deals. And then we have a 30-day close for Condado. We already raised about $410,000. So we should need $100,000 more to close, and then the renovation budget. So if you guys are interested, hit me up. It's going fast. There's not a lot of space. So I'll see you guys there.
And again, this is the very first time we've ever done something in Condado. We've looked for almost 8 years. We've never seen something that was this good of a deal that we decided to tackle it down there. This is the high rent district. This is the place that the neighbors, they're building high rises right now that are selling for a couple $1,000s a square feet. Freaking nuts. And this is that area. Like this is it just doesn't get really any better than this. This is the best part of Condado area, which is really South Beach of San Juan. Is that fair, Don? Is that how you say that?
That's a fair assessment, 100%. It's easier to get to than South Beach. So, and what I would say is just to add a little bit to the story, because I know a lot of people are looking at deals and they're not getting their deal and they're getting frustrated. It's 100% understandable. But the way I got this deal was after making, I think, 25 offers in that month. And I looked at way more than 25 properties. And also letting know the wholesaler, hey, I'm active, I'm looking, find me something.
Yep.
And then Manuel found this. We made the offer, got accepted. So it's frustrating at times, but keep pushing. Like Robert says, you're on the cusp of getting the deal you need. And while this happened, we also got Arecibo.
I mean, these are two of the best
That was Robert
flips that we've seen in a long, long time.
And I've been seeing good deals all over the country. I mean, here in Florida, up in Connecticut, the one in Louisiana that fell through. I mean, the good deals are appearing, guys. I think the market shift that people have been waiting for, it's right now.
Yep.
So
and if you blink, you'll miss it. So
we're gonna
whatever
buy them all.
area you are in right now, you have a window here for a short time. But what's going to happen? They're going to start turning the money printing machine on. They're going to lower the interest rates and then start printing money. And these kind of things are just going to explode again. So these assets are going to go nuts. I think you've got maybe an 18-month window. So you guys can look back 2 years from now and then come and say, Robert, you were crazy and you were full of it, or you hit it on the head. We'll see.
Well,
I don't mind putting it out there, though. That's what I'm looking at, and what we sat out really effectively for a couple years. I didn't heavily look at properties the way that I am right now, but we're buying some of the best things we've ever bought right now.
And the way that you guys need to prepare yourselves, if you're not Robert Krager, you need to get your systems up and running now. I mean, the deals are here now. So honestly, if you start today, the best time to start was 6 months ago, but the next best time is right now. You need to get your systems up and running. You need to start making offers. You need ways to fund these deals. You need teams of contractors, because in this 18-month window, as interest rates go down, as capital is released into the market, someone like me, Adon, Robert, Emmanuel, Anna, Branny, people that are doing deals, we will attract that capital. We will be set up to do massive volume. And if that's when you wait to get started, maybe you will have an easy time doing 1 or 2 deals. But in that same time, you're missing out on massive opportunity, and you're not going to be set up to capitalize on these deals, on the money that's going to come, and by money that's going to come, I'm talking about interest rates going down and there being more cash in the M1 and M2 money supplies. So
you guys, I don't know if you've heard this, but gold increased its market share of the world's money supply by some ridiculous hundreds of billions of dollars in the last several weeks. So if you've ever owned gold, which many of us do, there's never been a better time in your life to sell gold. It's at all-time highs. So you're going to see, not only is the government going to start printing money, but when they do, there's going to be an unlock of that capital back into the market. And when that happens, guys, there's no other way for this real estate to go but up.
Yep.
So if you're watching this and you're not buying 100 properties in 2026, then I've got a solution for you. Something that you can do right now is scan that QR code and come to our event. We are going to have a 3-day event where we're giving away the blueprint to our businesses, how we wholesale deals, how we operate and fix and flip deals, and how we fund deals. Ruben disagrees with you. He says, hold your gold, not time to sell. Anyways.
All right. And listen, I'm just saying that it's never been a better time to sell. Like you're at all-time highs. It may go higher, but it's also at an all-time high.
So I highly recommend you come to our event. It's November 4th, 5th, and 6th. If you're an Apex member and you're watching this, you already have a ticket. Message me for your code to get your free ticket. I'll walk you through the steps. There's a post in Apex that I'll send you. If you're not in Apex, that's okay. Sign up for the event. Come, start getting started, because it does not slow down. You don't get younger. These deals don't wait. The Arecibo deals, the Guanabo deals, the Condado deals, they get bought and they don't come back. So you need to do it right now.
They come back.
I hope that everyone who's in Apex shows up to this event that we're putting on. Is it's going to fuel the Apex community for the next year. We're gonna download a mind dump of how to run a successful 6 and 7 figure real estate investment business. And anyone who's in Apex needs to show up. Anybody who's watching it, scan the QR code and come. We want to see as many people become entrepreneurs and take advantage of this market as possible. And then, yeah, we're gonna give you the blueprint.
All right. Well, good night.
Is that it?
I think that's it. Any announcements, guys?
Hit me up for the deals. Wealth 2.0 was about taking action. The 3-day boot camp is about actually doing it. So
We're gonna show you how to do it, right? We're gonna give you the blueprint. That's right. Well said.
That's well put. I like that.
I got my time. I got my days.
And
All right, guys.
if you're interested in the Connecticut deal, send me a DM. I'd like to talk to people about that as well.
you're raising money for the Connecticut deal? Or is this another Connecticut deal?
No, the same Connecticut deal. I just want to, yeah, I've got a little bit of space that I'd like to fill.
Hell yeah. That's a great deal, guys. If you are scared of doing a flip and scared of the market going up and down and blah, 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 and everything you tell yourself not to do something, the Connecticut deal is the deal you should do.
If you just want monthly cash flow and
There's nothing wrong there.
yeah.
Yep. So we had someone back out. So
Isn't
send
that
me a
fun?
DM.
Isn't it great?
Isn't that fun? It's always fun.
I mean, it actually is fun. It worked out well for me. It worked out very well for me and my dad. But anyways, guys, send us a DM. We'd love to talk to you. I've got all these links in chat. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks for
Night, guys.
watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.